Epoxy is curing on a project, so I wander the shop taskless and see this. But that's not all. Everywhere I look is trashed. I make videos for you inside my shop, and I should be responsible for keeping your trust by not working in a shithole. I mean, look at this place. I've really let things get out of hand. I followed my normal dusting, sweeping, vacuuming procedure, but it's still a nightmare in here. I think it's time to declare war on the current state of my shop. Too often we treat the space around objects, even easily movable objects, as untouchable. We'll just focus on the open spaces that we move our bodies through and save the rest for another day. That day tends to keep sliding backwards on our calendars. For me, today is going to be that day. Every hand tool, every power tool on wheels, I'm going to move into the deeper part of my shop. All my auxiliary shit, all my decorative pieces, all my hardware and clamps go on a field trip. Though I've consulted them, I think, 0 times, I keep every manual I've ever gotten. They've got to go too. Here's a glaring example as to why I needed to do this. I thought for a while about keeping my lumber in place, but for my viewers, I'm willing to whole ass this thing. So it all goes. Good thing too, because my lumber rack loves dust. You do have to know when to stop, so this behemoth stays and I'm not getting up there. Instead of going ahead and blowing out the shop now, I'll vacuum up everything I can first. That way I know where the dust is going into the vacuum, rather than blowing it around and hoping that it makes its way out the door. After I suck up the dust in those deep dark crevices of cubbies and bins, and the insect farms in the windowsills, I'll get the windows open and fan on to create a cross breeze towards the garage door. Obviously, starting from the back, I'll blow everything out and then go inside for about 5 minutes to let the airborne dust settle. Then repeat. Each time a little less dust falls out of the air. I think I did this 5 times until I was satisfied. Picked up this articulating dusting wand, and I'm going to duct tape it to this extendo pole so I can do the walls, the ceiling, and primarily around my dust collection pipes. The general consensus is that grounding your dust collection system is not necessary in preventing an explosion, but it might be helpful if the piping has less of a static charge, because it does tend to grab onto airborne dust that's outside the pipe. Someone smarter than me will let me know if that makes sense. Now I can give all surfaces, both horizontal and vertical, a good wipe down, including behind my hand tool wall and the bodies of my saws, making sure to keep well away from anything cast iron. In your opinion, what's worse? Working a little harder for a few minutes, or pissing off your wife? I wasn't sure if I should use the inside mop head for the garage floor, and I couldn't get a hold of her to ask if it was okay. So, safety first, I chose hands and knees with a rag. Potential crisis averted. All that wiping and scrubbing knocked free more dust, so I'm due for another sweep and vac session. With everything else all fresh, my pitch-covered saw blade looked out of place, so I'll take care of that. Spray on the cleaner, give it a while to do whatever chemical process it does, and scrub with a nylon brush. With that installed, it's time for the part I was dreading the most. You see, all my work would be negated if I put all the tools and lumber back away in the state that they came in. So every little thing got blown off before being put away. Dust still wanted to cling to surfaces though, so I had no choice but to wipe down every last piece that I own. I have so much footage of this, but I think it's better to cue up a track and show a wipe off and put away montage. All that foot traffic, of course, warranted one more sweep vac, and I can get this place smelling like some Cashmere Woods. There we go. Now, I'm ready to f it all up again. But that's the point. Thanks for watching.